Judging our tuna show today is Marianne Johnson of Quincy, Ohio. Marianne has had sheep since her 4-H days whenever she raised Hampshires and polled Dorsets. Now, she and her husband raise Columbias, natural colored Rambouillets, and white border Leicesters. Marianne has judged several state fairs, wool festivals, and at the North American International Livestock Expo. Let's welcome Marianne Johnson to your tuna show this morning.
Nice group of yearling Tunis rams to start off the Tunis show today. Certainly appreciate this buck, and it's the season. These bucks really don't want to be here. They really would like to be out in the field with their litter mates and do their thing. And these bucks are not acting and not showing as well as they could. But I'm starting with a ram. He's maybe the biggest ram in the class, tallest ram, but he's the longest loin ram. Really, when he gets stretched out, he really looks nice. Second ram, I really appreciate his stoutness. He's got a nice front end on him that comes right up out of his shoulders. He's pretty front-ended, but he's not as long as my first place one. Third place ram, just a little more smaller package. Nothing against him. He's got a really nice head. I like his color. He has a little bit of stretch, but not as much stretch as my first two. And my fourth place buck just needs a little more groceries or a little bit more grow to compete against these top three. Thank you.
Placing on the class of yearling rams for the Tunis show, first place in open goes to 1822. Lathea 342, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 246. Second place and first in the junior show to entry 1820. Kyle 2139, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. That ram weighing 271. Third, second in the junior show to entry 1821, S&T 2171, Autumn Piazza, Hokusson, Delaware. That ram weighing 225. Now showing slick-shorn yearling rams. The Tunis is one of the oldest breeds indigenous to the United States. It is a medium-sized breed that is characterized by their creamy wool, copper red colored faces and legs with pendulous ears, and minor fat deposits over the dock area. Tunis wool is a luxurious, long stapled fiber that has found favor with many fiber and textile enterprises. Exhibitors, we want to remind you of one of the rules found in the rules for the Big E as far as the sheep shows are concerned. And there will only be 2 people allowed per animal in the show ring, and one of those must be the junior exhibitor who is present show day and actively participating in showing their animals in the show ring at all times.
Slick-shorn yearling Tunis rams for this class. Starting with a big, bold ram. I really appreciate his length and top line when he wants to stand up and be nice. Really nice ram as far as loin. Good level over top. Love the dock set on this ram. Very well endowed for a senior buck. Certainly appreciate him. Second place ram, another nice buck. little less size-wise maybe, but still a good loin. Love his color. Really appreciate that. Another good tail set on these Tunis. I can remember when they were a lot lower years ago, but they've really improved and come. I love the muscle tone in this ram. Really shows well. My third place ram just wants to be a knothead today and not show well, but he's got a good length of loin, just not having the top line that I have in my top two. Thank you.
Our next class will be senior ram lambs. Placings on the Slick Shorn Yearling Ram class. First place in Open and in the Junior Show goes to entry 1826, Kyle 21-68, Brooke and Emma Kyle of Honey Falls, New York. That ram weighing 244 pounds. Second place in the Open to entry 1824, S&T 2144, Schwartz and Tolly Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ram weighing 232. And third and second in the Junior Show to 1825, Harris 0466, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 236.
Certainly a nice Tunis lamb in here in this class. Certainly could use a lot more competition, and I'm sure down the line he will meet more competition, but he's really an outstanding ram for his breed, and love his color and his length and his tail. He really has good run structure, good muscle on him, and I really appreciate him.
Our next class is for Open Show Senior Champion and Reserve Senior Champion Tunis Ram. Placing on the single entry from our senior ram lamb class, first place goes to entry 1827, a ram weighing 218 pounds, S&T 2222, Schwartz and Tolly Tunis, Hunt, New York. Again, now showing for Open Show Champion, Senior Champion, and Reserve Senior Champion ram.
for the senior ram for the Tunis show. Usually there's a lot more Tunis here, but it's certainly you're not lacking quality in this show. I certainly appreciate how they stand and their color and their length of loin, the good tail heads. Really, really nice Tunis rams. For champion, we're going to go with the yearling fitted ram, and for reserve, we're going to go with the junior ram lamb. Thank you. Congratulations.
For our open show, our champion, senior champion ram, goes to the first place yearling ram. Entry 1822, Lothian 342, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. The reserve senior champion ram to our first place in the senior ram lamb class, entry 1827, S&T 2222, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Now ready for January ram lambs.
really a nice group of January ram lambs in the Tunis breed fitted. This ram is just striking. He comes out, he's nice and dark. I appreciate his color. He's straight over that top. He's got the front end that I like. The head and neck comes right out of his chest, out of his shoulders, and he really is a showy buck. Appreciate his length of loin and his tail set. Second place ram lamb, a little heavier in the maturity rate probably, not as good over the top, but has the front end that I appreciate very much and tail head, and has very well muscled. Third place, just a little ornery today, doesn't want to show, but if once he stands up, he really looks nice. Just like to see him a little better over his top to compete against the top two. And the fourth place ram lamb just needs a little more maturity to compete against the top three, because he's a very nice ram. I certainly appreciate his head and his color, but he just doesn't have enough loin or muscle today to compete above the three.
Next class will be February ram lambs. Results from the January class of ram lambs. First place goes to entry 1828. Small Fry Farm continued 113. Anna Sherest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 155. Second place to entry 1831. S&T 2234. Schwartz and Tale, Tunis, New York. That ram weighing 175. Third, first in the junior show to 1830, S&T 2231, Ted, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts, that ram weighing 171. Fourth and second in the junior show to entry 1832, Piazza 0044, Autumn Piazza of Hockessin, Delaware.
2 ram lambs in this class, and they're totally different. We're going with a mature, looks like a mature buck to start the class, but he's good and level over that top. He's showing me good color, like his front end and his tail head, and he's got a long loin on him. Second place ram lamb, very nice ram. I like his color. I just like to see him a little better over his top and down his muscle in his legs. Thank you.
Our next class will be March ram lambs. March and later born ram lambs be your next class. Placing on the February class of Tunis Ram Lambs, first place to entry number 1834, S&T 2240, Schwartz and Tully Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ram weighing 147. Second place to entry 1835, Small Fry Farm Continued 116, Anna Shurest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 137.
Certainly a nice ram to start this class of March Ram Lambs. Very up-headed, very upstanding, lots of muscle, lots of loin, long loin on him, and I really appreciate his top line. His colors in the realm, I like him. He's darker, but he's just stands up and has that front end that I like. I want to say it's feminine, but he's very straightforward and narrow in the front, which most people want to breed ewes that way. Second place ram, probably a little later in his maturity line. Very nice and not as good as over the top as my first place ram, but he has that feminine front end and really looks the part. Third ram has not the best top line to compete against the top two. Love his color. He has a front end, but not as good as my top two. Appreciate his length of loin and the way he walks out on his feet and legs. Fourth place ram, little smaller package, not the length of loin that I have in my top three, but a nice package in his own right. Next three probably a little younger on the maturity line, nice little bucks in their own right, just can't compete against these top four.
Our next class will be Slick Shorn Ram Lambs. Results from the March-born Ram Lamb class. First place goes to entry number 1841, Busy Corner Farm, 1244. Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts, ram weighing 129. Second place to entry 1837, S&T 2258, Schwartzenthaler, Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ram weighing 130. Third place to entry number 1839, Lathea 359, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts, that ram weighing 116. 4 to entry 1836, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Fifth, first in the junior show to 1838, Fuller 0089, Victoria Fuller, Hockessin, Delaware. Sixth, second in the junior show to 1840, Fuller 0084, also Victoria Fuller.
in this slick class of Tunis Rams. We have different ages out here that are showing slicked, and that's allowable. That's why you're seeing such a size difference and age difference, maturity level. Starting with a ram more up-headed than most rams in this class, probably the oldest ram in this class, but showing me his maturity and his muscle bound and his length of loin. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate his color. My next ram is just a smaller package, but a very nice ram built the way they need to be. He's got a good tail head. He's got a lot of muscle. He's slick sheared. So he just shows what he is and no hiding anything. And he's got that feminine front end, narrow front end, which I like. My next ram, who wants to be a Casanova, I guess, today, doesn't want to be here, and he's not showing the best today with his dip behind his shoulders, but a nice length of loin, good tail set. Certainly appreciate his color. My next three rams, probably in the maturity rate, as far as my top three, are not as far as long, and that's fine. They are good packages as the way they are. Certainly appreciate this ram lamb in the fourth place. He's showing me nice color and a nice top line. I really appreciate that, and the front end and that long neck really stands out. The next two rams just don't have the maturity, like I said, of the top two, and it's hard to judge as far as top lines or what they'll be, and I have to judge what they are today. Thank you.
Now showing pair of ram lambs. Pair Tunis ram lambs is in the ring or coming in the ring. Your next class after that will be for the Open Show Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion. Placing on the Tunis Slickshorn Ram Lamb class, first place goes to entry 1842, S&T 2217, Schwartz and Tully Tunis, Hunt, New York, ram weighing 193. Second place to entry number 1844, and that's also first place in the junior portion of the show, Harris 0481. Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts, that ram weighing 131. Third place to entry 1856, S&T 2249, Schwartz and Tully Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ram weighing 153. Four and second in the junior show to 1843, Harris 0431, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Fifth place to entry 1833, Chris Liu, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. And sixth place to 1845, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Our next class will be for Open Show Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion Ram. Placing on the pair of Ram Lambs, first place goes to entry 1851, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Second place to 1850, Anna Charest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Third place, 1847, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. 4, 1849, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. 5 to 1848, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 6 to 1846, Victoria Fuller, Hockessin, Delaware. For our open show, our junior champion goes to the first place January Ram Lamb, 1828. Small Fry Farm continued, 113, a ram weighing 155 pounds, Anna Charest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. The reserve junior champion goes to the first place February Ram Lamb, entry 1834, S&T 2240, a ram weighing 147 pounds, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, of Hunt, New York. Now ready to show for Grand and Reserve Grand Champion Open Show Ram. Now showing for Grand and Reserve Grand Champion Ram. The Grand Champion Ram Award is sponsored by Boulder Creek Farm from Penobscot, Maine. The Reserve Grand Champion Ram Award from Brattle Farm, Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Following the selection of our Grand and Reserve Grand Champion Ram, we will show for Junior Show Champion Ram and Reserve, and then we'll do Best Headed Ram. Our Grand Champion Ram for the open show goes to our Senior Champion, first out of the fitted Yearling Ram class, entry 1822, Lathea 342, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. That ram weighed 246. Our Reserve Grand Champion to the January Ram Lamb, our Junior Champion, entry 1828, Small Fry Farm continued, 113, a ram weighing 155 pounds, Anna Shurest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Again, now ready for our Junior Show Champion and Reserve Junior Show Champion. So we need entry 1820 from Emma and Brooke Kyle from the Yearling Ram class, and 1821 from Autumn Piazza from the Yearling Ram class. We need 1826 from Brooke and Emma Kyle from the Slick Shorn Yearling Ram class, and 1825 from Kyle Harris from that same class. We need 1830 from Amanda Willard, and 1832 from Autumn Piazza from the January Ram Lamb class, and 1838 from Victoria Fuller, and 1840 from Victoria Fuller from the March Ram Lamb class, and then finally 1844 from Kyle Harris, and 1843 also from Kyle Harris of the Slick Shorn Ram Lambs. For our junior show, our champion ram goes to our first place in the junior show from the fitted yearling ram class, 1820. Kyle, 21-39. Emma and Brooke Kyle of Honey Eye Falls, New York, ram wing 271. The reserve junior show champion was our first place junior show animal and open show animal from the Slick Shorn yearling ram class, entry 1826. Kyle, 21-68, 144-pound lamb. Brooke and Emma Kyle of Honey Eye Falls, New York. Now ready for best headed ram. Again, we want to remind our exhibitors in that yearling U class for the Tunis, we do have a correction from what is in the book. In the early class or group 1 class, we are moving entry number 1862 from Debbie Fuller over to the early class rather than in class 2, the late class.
We certainly had a nice Tunis ram classes this morning early, and I appreciate what has been out here. We didn't have huge numbers, but as usual, but what is here is really quality, and I really appreciate judging them. For the best Tunis head, I thought I had my pick out from the classes, but right now I'm picking someone else that I really like. Thank you.
The award for Best Headed Ram is sponsored by Busy Corner Farm, Cummington, Massachusetts. Our Best Headed Ram Award goes to entry 1837 out of the March Ram Lamb class, our second place animal in that class, S&T 2250H, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Now ready for Group 1. Group 1 Yearling Ewes. Remember, we have included entry 1862 of Debbie Fuller in this class. We've moved it to this class. So Group 1 of our Yearling Ewes, Tunis Yearling Ewes, Group 1 to the ring, please. Okay, here's our first trivia question. And chat is on, so the folks that are watching this can tune in or give us an answer as well. At the 2021 National Tuna Show held here at the Big E, who exhibited the Grand Champion Ram? That was quick. Yep, it was Schwartz and Tully, Tunis.
Really a nice class of yearling ewes to start off the Tunis female line. These 5 ewes are really fabulous as far as the way they are presented, the way they stand, the way the color. Really appreciate that. They're good top lines, good bodies, good tail head, very long length of loin. All of them are standing on good feet and legs. Have that feminine front end that I appreciate, and just showing very well. The first place ewe is the biggest ewe in the class, longest ewe loin in the class. Very feminine up that front end. Really appreciate how her head comes up out of her shoulders. She really looks nice, and she has a good tail head. Next ewe, little different package, maybe a little bit heavier, not as long a loin as I have in my first place, but still an elegant ewe lamb, a yearling ewe that really presents herself well. Then the third place ewe, little smaller package, maybe a little shorter in height, but very good top line, very good loin on her, and nice tail head. Certainly presents herself very well. Love her color. Fourth place ewe, another shorter made ewe, but very nice and elegant in her own way. Love her color on her. She's got a good top line and a good tail set. Fifth place ewe, very nice also. Not having the loin that I have in especially my top 3, but a nice ewe in her own right. She belongs in this class, and very nice. Thank you and congratulations to you all.
Placing on the Group 1 class of yearling ewes for the Tunis show. First place with a ewe weighing 250 pounds goes to entry 1859, Shambo 638, Heidi Phelps, Groveland, New York. Second place, first in the junior show, with a ewe weighing 229, entry 1853, Kyle 21-35, Emma and Brooke Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. Third, a ewe weighing 222 pounds, entry 1852, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Fourth place to entry 1858, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Fifth, second in the junior show, entry 1854, Busy Corner Farm, 1205, Faustina Jaras, Cummington, Massachusetts. Sixth place to entry 1855, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Seventh place to entry 1860, Anna Shures, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Eighth place, third in the junior show, to 1857, Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Ninth place, fourth in the junior show, to 1863, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. And 10th place to entry 1862, Debbie Fuller, Hockessin, Delaware.
Nice class of yearling ewes, our second class of yearling Tunis ewes. Certainly appreciate this ewe in first place. She's bold, she's there, she's long, she's got decent color. Love her front end. She has a nice head and neck that comes out of her shoulders. Appreciate that. A good tail set, and like I said, she's longer. Nice ewe here in second. I really appreciate it. A little smaller package as far as weight-wise, but length of loin and pretty headed, pretty fronted. I really appreciate that with her, and a good top line. Third place ewe, not the length of loin that I have in my top two, but a very nice ewe. Appreciate her color and her tail head. Next two ewes very similar in size and kind, maybe a little different in their maturity rate for what they are, but certainly appreciate this fourth place ewe as far as their length of loin and their tail head and their top line. Congratulations.
Our next class will be Slickshorn yearling ewes. Placing on Group 2 of our fitted yearling ewes, first place in open and first in the junior show to entry 1864, Kyle 21-67. Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York, that ewe weighing 206. Second place to entry 1865, Small Fry Farm Continued 106, Anna Charest, Brimfield, Massachusetts, that ewe weighing 182. Third place in open, second junior show to 1870, Lauthia 345, Ryan Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Third in the junior show to 1871, Autumn Piazza, Hockessin, Delaware. Fifth place in the open to 1868, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Fourth in the junior show to 1866, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 7 to entry 1867, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. And 8th place to entry 1869, Debbie Fuller, Hockessin, Delaware. So here's another trivia question. Who was the premier exhibitor and premier breeder at the Northeast Regional Tuna Show here at the Big E in 2007? It'd be 15 years ago, 2007.
Certainly a nice class of slick shorn Tunis yearling ewes. What you see is what you get. There's no hiding anything on these ewes, and this ewe in first place is really put together. It's nice when she stands still long enough for you to get a good view, but she really has nice color. Her head and neck come up out of those shoulders. She has a feminine front end. She has a good tail set, and she's one of the longest ewes in the class. Really nice ewe. Second and third, very similar in type and kind as far as weight, top lines, just a little thicker made than my first place ewe, but very nice ewes in their own right. Good color, good tail sets. Really appreciate them. Next two ewes, just a little bit smaller package than my top three. My fifth place ewe, I really liked her length. I just like to see her back a little straighter, top line a little better than she is when she wants to dip behind those shoulders. But what a class. Even the ewes down in the lower part of this class, really nice ewes with nice color, just don't have the size today to compete.
Next class will be pair yearling ewes. The answer to that question about who had premier exhibitor and breeder at the Northeast Regional Tunis Show here at the Big E in 2007 is Joseph and Joan Seavey of New York. Placing on the class of slick shorn yearling ewes for the Tunis Show. First place goes to entry 1874, Busy Corner Farm 1210, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. That ewe weighing 204. Second, first in the Junior Show to entry 1873, Kyle 21-32, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. That ewe weighing 207. Third place to entry number 1879, S&T 2194, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Fourth place, second in the Junior Show to 1877, Kyle 2169, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. Fifth, third in the Junior Show to 1878, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Sixth place to 1875, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Seven and fourth in the Junior Show to 1876, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Eighth place and fifth in the Junior Show to 1880, Autumn Piazza, Hockessin, Delaware. Placing on the pair of yearling ewes for the Tunis show, first place to entry 1887, Emma and Kyle, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. Second place to Anna Sherest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Third place, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. 4 to entry 1885, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. 5, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Sixth place to 1888, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 7 to 1889, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. 8 to entry 1886, Autumn Piazza, Hockessin, Delaware. 9 to 1884, Debbie Fuller, Hockessin, Delaware. Now ready for senior ewe lambs.
Nice class of senior ewe lamb. Starting with a ewe, maybe she's not the biggest or tallest ewe in the class, but she's the longest ewe in the class. Has that feminine front end that I like. Very level over the top, walking on good feet and legs. Like her color. My next ewe just doesn't want to show today. Little shorter package as far as loin. Nice color on her also, and the top line is nice, but not as nice as my first place. The ewe in third place, big ewe. Appreciate the size and scale. Not as long a loin or as good a top line that I have in my first two. Next ewe, the fourth place ewe, I really appreciate the style and scale of her. And then certainly these are senior ewe lambs, so they're born between September and December, so we have a maturity rate that's a little different in it, but she has just style. She just has that feminine front end. She's really pretty as far as her top line and has a good muscle tone. Love her on her feet and legs. Next two ewes, just a little different in weight-wise, color-wise, top line, and dock set.
Now showing for Open Show, Senior Champion and Reserve Senior Champion ewe. We need entry 1859 from Heidi Phelps in the ring from that Group 1 Yearling U class winner. Placings on our senior ewe lamb class. First place in open and in junior went to 1893 S&T 2213. Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. That ewe weighing 176. Second in open and in junior to entry number 1897. Double Trouble 2236. Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. That ewe weighing 179. Third place to entry 1892, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ewe weighing 165. Fourth place to entry 1896, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Fifth, third in the junior show to 1895, Autumn Piazza, Hockessin, Delaware. And sixth, fourth in the junior show to entry number 1891, Rebecca Southwick, Jeffrey, New Hampshire.
think for senior drive out in this Tunis breed today, we have some really magnificent ewes out here. Really have the parts and pieces that you need to keep growing and make your flock even better. Without saying, the first place yearling ewe is the big griot, and I like big. I'm not saying not, but some would say she's maybe too big for the breed, but she is put together. She is correct from end to end. She will be your champion ewe. And for reserve, we're going to go down to the 6th yearling ewe. Really appreciate her style and the way she's made also. Thank you.
Our Open Show Senior Champion ewe goes to the first place out of Group 1 yearling ewes. Entry 1859, Shambo 638, Heidi Phelps, Groveland, New York. That ewe weighing 250 pounds. The Open Show Reserve Senior Champion ewe was first place Slickshorn yearling ewe. Entry 1874, Busy Corner 1210. You weighing 204 pounds, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. We are now ready for our January ewe lambs. January ewe lambs to the ring, please.
Nice group of January ewe lambs, starting with you, probably a little mature than some of the other ewes in the class, but still very feminine. Love her head, her neck, her comes right up out of her shoulders. She's narrow in the front, but she's probably going to produce some nice lambs, and I don't like to forecast, but she is really a pretty ewe on her own. The next ewe, maybe not as heavy as a ewe, as the first place ewe, but a very long loin. I really appreciate that, and a good set of feet and legs. Doesn't have the femininity that I have in my first place one. Third place ewe follows the second place one very nicely. I appreciate her top line, but she doesn't have the length of loin as my first one. Plus the fourth one is the same way. Just the top line needs to be more corrected than anything else for her. She just needs a little more maturity.
Now ready for February ewe lambs, placing on the January ewe lamb class. First in the Open and first in the Junior Show goes to entry 1898, Double Trouble 2256, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. That ewe weighing 164. Second place to entry number 1899, Small Fry Farm Continued 114, Anna Shurest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. That ewe weighing 150. Third to entry number 1901, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ewe weighing 143. Fourth and open second in the Junior Show to entry 1900, Stumpy 933, Faustina Jaras, Cummington, Massachusetts. Okay, final Tunis trivia question. In 2002, who was the breeder who had the Grand Champion ewe and or here at the Big E?
Nice class of January ewe lambs. Certainly appreciate this ewe in first place. She has a nice long loin, and when she wants to stretch out and bring that top line up straight, she's really feminine on the front end, has good color, a good tail set. Next ewe, a little heavier, maybe a little more mature than my first place ewe, but a nice ewe in her own right. Love her color. Here again, we have a ewe that's got her neck and head coming up out of her shoulders. She looks real feminine. Third ewe, also very feminine, very stylish. She sets out on good feet and legs. She's got a good tail head, and she is one of the longest loin ewes in the class. Fourth place ewe, a little smaller package, a little probably different age group of maturity, but really a stylish ewe. I love her color, and she's very stylish over her top with a good top line and a nice long loin with a good tail set. Little smaller ewe package-wise, but there isn't much there on her as far as fleece. Very feminine up that front end. Certainly has a good tail set, and I love her color. So this is the way I see them today. Thank you.
Next class will be March ewe lambs. Now ready at the ring for March ewe lambs. Placing on the class of February ewe lambs for the Tunis show. First in the junior show goes to entry 1902. Anderson Acres 124. Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. That ewe weighing 153. Second to entry 1903, Double Trouble 2262, and that's also second in the junior show. Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York, ewe weighing 135. Third place to entry 1909, S&T 2245, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ewe weighing 135. Third in the junior show to entry 1906, Maddox Beck, Gloversville, New York. Fifth to entry 1913, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Sixth place, fourth in the junior show to 1910, Connor Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Seventh place to entry 1912, Anna Sherest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 8 to 1914, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. 9, 5th in the junior show to 1904, Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. 10, 6th in the junior show to 1911, Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 11th, 7th in the junior show to 1905, Rebecca Southwick, Joffrey, New Hampshire.
Nice class of March ewe lambs. Really appreciate this ewe. Maybe she's not the heaviest ewe in the class, but she certainly has style, and she silhouettes really nice with a nice top line, and she's got a nice long loin. Love her presentation. She's really fitted well. She looks the part, and she's really nice. Second ewe fits the pattern as I have in the front ewe. Not quite as stylish as my first place ewe. Not quite as long a loin and the femininity in the front that I have in my first place. Third place ewe. Just doesn't want to stand right today. She dips behind her shoulders a little bit, but she's a nice ewe in her own right. She's very feminine up front when the young man steps back and then lets her stand there if she will. Fourth and fifth ewes, very similar in type and kind. I love their color, their presentation. They're not as long as my first three, but very nice ewes with a good tail set.
Next class is Slickshorn ewe lambs. Placing on the class of March and later born ewe lambs, first place in open and in junior show went to entry 119, Lathea 350, Ryan Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts, that ewe weighing 110. Second place to 1917, Busy Corner Farm 1237, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts, that ewe weighing 107. Third and second in the junior show to 1916, Mum 2258, Luna, Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut, that ewe weighing 102. Fourth place, third in the junior show to entry 1923, Ryan Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Fifth to entry 1918, Anna Shures, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Fourth in the junior show to 1922, Victoria Fuller, Hockessin, Delaware. Fifth in the junior show to Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. Sixth in the junior show, 1921, Amanda Willard. Ninth place, seventh in the junior show to 1924, Autumn Piazza, Hockessin, Delaware. 8th in the junior show to Autumn Piazza. We are now showing Slickshorn ewe lambs. So I never did get that answered to my last trivia question. Who in 2002 had the grand champion ewe at the Big E in the Tunis show? And the answer was Josie Best.
We have some differences in this Slick U class, and their age could be different from end to end as far as maturity rate. Starting with a U, yes, she's probably the biggest, heaviest U in the class. Very feminine up that front end. She wants to stand and is really an attractive U with a nice long loin and a good top. Second U, there's not as much to her as my first place U, but very feminine in her front end. She's got a good top. She's got a nice long loin. Down the line, she's probably going to be the one to beat the first place U. Who knows? I don't forecast. But the third place U, very nice when she wants to stand still and be presented well. She's a nice U in her own right too. Good top line and works well walking on her good feet and legs. The heavier U, probably heaviest U in the class, is in fourth hole. She tends to break behind her shoulder and a higher hip on her today. Just not the style that or the silhouette that we see in the first three. The next two just probably a little more immature than the first 4 or 5, but very nice ewes with good color. Just like to see a little more leg bone on them.
Now showing pair of ewe lambs is your next class. Placing on the Slickshorn ewe lamb class, first place went to entry 1894, S&T 2215, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ewe weighing 153. Second place to 1926, Busy Corner Farm, 1226, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts, that ewe weighing 143. Third place, first in the junior show, to entry 1927, Double Trouble 2250, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York, 125-pound ewe. Fourth place to entry 1930, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. 5, second in the junior show to 1929, Harris 0347, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. 6 and third in the junior show to Kyle Harris. Now showing for Open Show Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion U. Placing on that class of pair ewe lambs, first place went to Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. Second place to 1941, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. Third to Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Fourth place to 1932, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. 5 to 1935, Anna Sheress, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Sixth place to 1939, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. 7 to 1937, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 8 to Ryan Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Ninth place to Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. 10 to Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. 11 to Rebecca Southwick, Jaffrey, New Hampshire. 12 to Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 13th place to Autumn Piazza, Hockessin, Delaware. Our junior champion ewe goes to the first place in the February ewe lamb class. Anderson Acres 124, 153-pound ewe, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. The reserve champion to the second place in that February class, Double Trouble 2262, 135-pound ewe, Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. We're now showing for Grand and Reserve Grand Champion ewe.
I think we've had a heck of a Tunis show here this year. The quality is running really deep. Certainly appreciate all the good sheep that you like to handle, and I was prepared for bigger classes, but what classes were here were really good and substantially good in profiling and really nice sheep. For Champion U, we're going to go with the Yearling U. She's really nice. Like I said, I like big sheep, but they have to be put together well and be what they're supposed to be. For Reserve Champion, we're going to go with the Junior U. Certainly appreciate her style. Congratulations.
Our Grand Champion U goes to the Senior Champion U out of the Group 1 Yearling U class. Entry number 1859, Shambo 638, Heidi Phelps. A U weighing 250, Heidi's from Groveland, New York. Our Reserve Grand Champion U was our Junior Champion, first in the February U Lamb class. Entry 1902, Anderson Acres 24. Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. That U weighed 153. Also, our Junior Champion U, our Reserve Grand Champion overall U, was our Junior Show Champion U. Again, that goes to entry 1902, Anderson Acres 24, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. We now need to show for our Junior Show Reserve Champion U, so we'll need to come back and pull entry 1853 from Brooke and Emma Kyle from the first group of Yearling Ewes. We'll need the 1864 of Brooke and Emma Kyle from the second group of Yearling Ewes. And we'll need entry 1873, the Slickshorn Yearling Ewe of Brooke and Emma Kyle. And finally, we'll need entry 1893 from Colin Anderson out of the Senior Ewe Lamb class. Our Grand Champion U exhibitor received their award from S&T Tunis, Hunt, New York. The Reserve Grand Champion U exhibitor received their award from Boulder Creek Farm, Penobscot, Maine. Following our selection of Reserve Junior Show Champion U, we will be doing Best Headed U. And our junior show reserve champion ewe goes to the Slickshorn Yearling ewe, which was our reserve senior champion ewe, entry 1870, which was out of that class where that came from. 1873, second place in that Slickshorn Yearling ewe class. Kyle, 21-32, Brooke and Emma Kyle of Honey Eye Falls, New York. Now we're ready for Best Headed Ewe. We are now showing for Best Headed Tunis ewe. The award for this class sponsored by Busy Corner Farm, Cummington, Massachusetts. And our Best Headed ewe goes to entry number 1874, Busy Corner Farm, 1210, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts, from the Slickshorn Yearling ewe class. And that was our reserve senior champion over in the open show. Now ready for Exhibitor's Flock. Now ready for breeder's flock. Placing on the exhibitor's flock class, first place to Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. Second place to Schwartz and Tolly, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Third place, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. 4, Anna Sherest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 5, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. 6th place, Autumn Piazza, Hockessin, Delaware. 7, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 8 to Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. Now showing our get of sire, placing on the breeder's flock. First place went to Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. Second to Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Third place to Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. 4 to Anna Sherest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 5 to Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. And 6 to Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. placing on the Get of Sire class for the Tunis show. First goes to Brooke and Emma Kyle, Honey Eye Falls, New York. Second to Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Third, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. 4, Anna Shrest, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 5, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. 6th place, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 7 to Victoria Fuller, Hockessin, Delaware. And we are ready to present our Premier Exhibitor and Premier Breeder Award. And both of those awards this year go to the same family and exhibitor, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis of Hunt, New York. If they'll come out and receive their awards. Congratulations to Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, for having Premier Exhibitor and Premier Breeder. That does conclude our sheep show for the morning. Our judge has been Mary Ann Johnson of Quincy, Ohio. Stay with us in just a few moments. We will be having our lead line competition. We have to do a little work on the ring and get it adjusted, but we will be having a lead line competition here in a few moments. Some of you may want to hang around. We do need help bringing the bridge in and getting the ring shoveled out. So please help out with that whenever we're ready.